Anesthesiology by Dr. Pradeep Pendiala, Professor of Anesthesiology.
They might not have seen Rajiv Gandhi. Only they see Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, and Rahul Gandhi because of the elections recently. This is chief guest and he inaugurated the World Foundation of Surgery. So that is why I focus that picture. Like Rahul Gandhi is also seen. Rajiv Gandhi is seen.
More than that, we love watching your
Thank you, sir. Presenter is Dr. Pradeep Pendiala, Professor of Anesthesiology. Topic is importance of communication skills to doctors.
Hello. Dr. Anji Reddy, sir, Director, Academics, ASRAM. Dr. Siddheshwari, ma'am, Professor and Head of the Department, Medicine. President CAP, Committee for Academic Program of ASRAM. Distinguished Head of the Department, professors, my colleagues, my juniors, seniors, and of course, my beloved students. Ladies and gentlemen, today is something very, very interesting next few minutes because literally I have requested the management to let me speak on communication skills. Why? Because the reason is very simple. If you know who I am, you will know why I am speaking on communication skills. I am Colonel Pradeep Pendiala, who has worked in Army for 33 years, and in the entire 33 years, in Army Medical 4-day functions, I have myself compared and organized. Entire 33 years, not even 1 year and less. During that stay, I was at Secunderabad for 9 years. All the 9 years, I have organized and compared the functions of RSI Secunderabad. In 95 to 98, for 3 years, I was at Military Hospital, Agra, and there is just next to it very prestigious institute, club, that is Agra Club. During these 3 years, that's a record till date. Every function, every program in 95 to 98, I have compared and organized in Agra Club. With so much of experience, I thought I'm the best person to talk about communication skills and to my beloved students. Moreover, why I am so very particular? Because of late, too many mishaps are occurring in various institutions, various hospitals, because of healthcare mismanagement. You'll be surprised that 1.6 million patients have died in the year 2016 because of mismanagement by healthcare professionals. Just imagine, somebody dies in your family, some patient dies. Okay, what would be your reaction? It's somebody's father, somebody's son, somebody's wife, somebody's sister. How do you react? The patient has come for his betterment and he died. What is the reaction? You'll be agitated. You can hurt the patient, healthcare professionals. You can harm the institution or the hospital. You can break glasses and furniture. You yourself sitting here, if something harm occurs to your mother, you might react this. So forget about uneducated, low socio-economic status patients which we deal with day in and day out. For one example, last month itself there was an issue where something was likely to happen in pediatrics department and It was enraged. It has enraged the relatives of the patient. Thank God nothing happened. Security had come. It was sorted out. But this can happen anywhere, even in tertiary hospitals like this. So what is the solution for all this? Communication skills. If you have good communication skills, give guarantee. They keep scratching their heads, keep writing in the media, Ayo, so many harm, this is bad. Harm to the doctors, violence against doctors, this is not accepted. Have they questioned themselves? Are they themselves responsible for this? Communication skills is lacking. During my time, communication skills was not a part of the syllabus. Just recently it was thought upon that it should be part of this curriculum of MBBS students. And that's the best decision ever made by any university. The soft skills and communication skills is first and foremost you must learn. Similarly, CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. That's the first and foremost thing you should learn as a doctor. Later you can improve upon it. But how to save somebody? Somebody is choking, how to do handling procedure. You should know that. Suppose somebody is having severe angina or collapsing, you should know what medicine to be given and save. This is a basic thing. You can save life, limb, and somebody's life. Communication skill, coming back to it. What time the things goes wrong? There's something called talking to the patient, earning the faith and the trust of the patient. How do you earn the trust of the patient? By talking a little more to the patient in his first language. Don't show off your British accent and high-flying languages, high words which he can't understand. Come down to his level. వాడి భాషలో వాడి యాక్సెంట్లో వాడి లాంగ్వేజ్లో మాట్లాడండి. He will understand. And when you are speaking to the patient, please hold his hand. Suppose you have to see the situation, don't hold a young girl's hand. She will not like it. But yes, it's better to hold a hand and speak to it. Well, the situation you can act. Okay? One, be close to the patient, as close to the patient, so that he or she understands what you are speaking. Eye to eye contact. There's something called body language. Have you understood? Have you known? Heard about body language? The patient is better than us. He keeps seeing our body language when you are talking to the patient. With that, he understands true whether you are his person. Are you interested in his welfare or just time passing, or he's just for the sake of asking you? When a person loves a person, another person, you don't have to say I love you. Your body language is more than enough. The other person would know the other person is loving. Similarly, if you hate a person, you don't have to tell that I hate you. Your body language is more than enough. You will come to know, observe properly. The other person dislikes you. So, what is the remedy? Whenever you are communicating, there is one abbreviation. CLASS. What is the CLASS? C stands for context. L for listening. Okay, context and you have to sit as close as possible. Eye to eye contact. Talking his native language. Fine. Listening skills. Listening is very important. Pay proper attention what he's speaking. That's very important. You will win his confidence and faith. Then, A. Acknowledge. Whatever he's speaking, you keep nodding your head also occasionally that you are listening to him. And acknowledge, yes, what you have understood. Keep asking questions and get it. Signs and symptoms, signs and symptoms, clinical assessment is very important. They are important. But if you want to know the real problem, history taking is more important than signs and symptoms. And history taking is missing in our communication, lack of communication skills. Pay some little extra minutes with the patient, you come to the correct diagnosis without any CT scan and MRI. He's a little. Pay attention to what he's speaking. Another is S, class, no? S, strategy. Everything is a plan. Whatever you do, speak, plan. S, class, summary. When you are talking to a person for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, summarize it to the patient. He understands what he has, what transpired between him and you. He would understand he will understand. His IQ is not your IQ. You have to come down to their IQ. You have to repeat things, see his reaction. Is it registered or for the sake of saying you have said, ho gaya is consent. Consent is not the right thing. My dear friend, consent is not the right thing. Has it been registered or not? Mutualism, mutualistic attitude. Hey, he should be part of the conversation. He will tell his fears, his apprehension. You will tell your clinical skills and your experience. How mutualistic? Paternalistic attitude. Paternalistic attitude is the patient and doctor relationship. Paternalistic means you are like his parent, fatherly figure. Surprisingly, patients loves that because he's not bothered for his worries, somebody else is worrying his problem. Fine. That is paternalism. Depends according to situation. Consumeristic attitude. Patient and doctor relation. Consumeristic. The patient takes upper hand. He dictates, sir, please refer me to get this investigation that I have studied in the Google or somebody has suggested. Or Mishra sir has already told me this is the time. That you are unnecessarily wasting your time. Like consumer, and you follow his request. Consumer, the patient is taking upper hand. Another is default. Suppose there is an emergency. There is no point asking the question to the patient, ain't here. You being a doctor, take upper hand. You do the thing which is necessary. But the best thing, mutualistic. Obviously, because you are participating in the discussion, he is also participating in the discussion. It's very important. Consent. We are talking about consent. That is, this is section 13, way back in contract, Indian Contract Act, way back in 1872. The consent has been formulated. When two or more people have agreed to a same thing, same idea, that is called consent. The consent can be verbal, non-verbal, could be written, could be worded. Taking a consent is not winning the person's heart. Why I am stressing about all these things? You are spending more time, you are winning the trust of the person, of your patient. Never say that that hydrophilic patient, that hernia patient. Never. He's an individual. Preferably call him with his name or somebody. Respect him. Respect his individuality. Respect his confidentiality. Respect him. That's how you win his heart. Tomorrow, anything happens to his sister, mother, or somebody who's admitted, he himself will stand guard. That is it. That's why I'm saying repeatedly, first win the heart of the person, first win the trust of your patient and his attendant. That only saves you. Why I'm telling to junior doctors also, if you know good communication skills. Communication skills is not for doctors. You need there, you need think. You should be master of communication. You should be master of body language. You should be master of how you speak. Any word. How? There is something called paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? If the person is not understood one particular word, use another word which he can understand. Okay, that is very important. Whenever you are doing more time, you come to the correct diagnosis. The patient will also comply. The compliance, patient compliance improves. And litigations and all the lawsuits will not be there against you. Malpractice lawsuits, which is happening every day in and out. You just open the paper, somebody is paying for now in crores. Not ever lakhs earlier. Now everything is in crores. Don't get into this rigmarole of legal. This will last for 10 to 14 years. You will not sleep properly for the next 10 to 14 years. God forbid somebody pulls you to court. You may win after 14 years, but who will give you back those 14 years of non-sleep? You are not slept properly, always thinking. You have to appear in the court, what to speak, what to make him understand, how to convince them. Those things. One mistake, you are paying. So communication is very, very, very important. Now, talking about the harm to the patient, violence against doctors. That's dangerous. Every day it is increasing. Why? Because we are not spending enough time with the patient. We are not having enough soft skills to communicate with the patient. Now, what is the problem? Would you believe 70% of doctors always are hesitant to treat patients? At the back of the mind, he is thinking, God forbid something happens, will he hit me? When he is writing his prescription, at the back of his mind, he is thinking, the safeguard himself. 8 to 38% get physically injured in their career, professional career. Is it fair? Some form, 75% get violated. Either verbally, it could be verbal insult. Somebody, it's very harmful to your image and stature. As good as hitting you. Verbal violence also is equally harmful. Suppose somebody is done thing anyway, verbal or non-verbal violence against you, you will lose, you will develop insomnia. Post-traumatic stress syndrome, you will develop. Post-traumatic mental stress. You won't be able to concentrate. You will not love your subject. Absenteeism increases. Losing faith in your profession increases. You feel like giving up your profession. Why all this? Just pay a little more attention in the hearts and minds of the patient and their attendant. That problem solved. Okay, now, God forbid everything you have done, despite that something is going wrong, likely to harm the patient. Firstly, you should be calm, quiet, composure. Whenever somebody is saying some mishap, don't shift the blame on him. You chapaledu, history lo chapalsindi, but he diabetes and the mandal vaattam ledu. You are not taking hypertension treatment irregularly. You are chapali, paathipudu operation chapali. The mistake is yours. You have not taken elicited the proper history. You are trying to blame, shifting the blame on him that he has not given the proper history. He doesn't know what is relevant to the diagnosis. You have to listen. Same times, you will not be defensive. Well, this is some mishap. But don't be defensive. Cool and calm. Say this is one of the expected side effects, expected complications. It's bad luck that this happened. Very casually, very sympathetically, empathetically, very important. Empathy. What is empathy and sympathy? Patient does not like sympathy. He likes sympathy. Put yourself into that person's shoes. When a person is sleeping on the operation theatre table and you are going to give anesthesia, you are going to do surgery, think that your father is lying on the table rather than a patient. You will do well. That empathy is missing now. When a patient comes, see your mother walking into the OPD. It's very simple. See some resemblance of your sister in that patient. That is called empathy. Putting yourself into the shoes of the person. That is called empathy. If you have empathy, you will win the whole world. Last sentence, sir. I'll complete it. Yes, sir. Carry on. I'll concluding the thing. So God forbid anything and everything you have done well, despite that some likely to harm can occur. Yes, sir.
Previously, we used to learn communication skills from our elders. Now that is not happening. So they added in a curriculum.
Yes.
From secondary and onwards, I am adding this subject to the undergraduate students.
Very much required. It's very much required to be added into the curriculum. Okay. Now coming to how to face the brunt of the agitation. So this is very important to you also, sir, because you keep practicing. Now how to know that some violence is likely to take place? There is some abbreviation, acronym. It's STAMP, S-T-A-M-P. If a person is likely to hit you, suddenly he may hit you. There is something much happening before that hitting that you have to notice. How will you come to it? I mentioned that last time. Stand for hitting you. You will stay. S stands for staring. You will be staring at you for some time. Imagine there's something vicious is going to take. Stand. T. The tone of his language, voice will change. A. Agitation, aggressive, anxiety. A. M. Mumbling. He'll be mumbling before he hits you. And next, P. P is pacing. He'll be pacing like this. He'll be pacing like this. If this thing is happening, next moment he's going to hit you. That time you just disappear from the scene. Don't start explaining something. Just call the police or the security. Thanks for patient listening. I hope it was useful to you. Have a wonderful day.
One minute, sir. In front of all this, please say, you can proceed. In front of all these seniors, I should not speak, but I have a little bit one or two experiences. You know, I am from Odisha. I joined here in 2006. I didn't know the language, but I